What are your thoughts on breaking? Have you thought about going that direction maybe in the future? Where are you with that, with breaking in general?
You would think I would have done it by now if I had an interest
Yeah.
in doing it. I'm
Mm.
not a big fan of fractionalized gambling with an extra vig thrown on top of it, where your average price per card is 30 to 40% higher than it probably should be, and smoking my customers 85% of the time. Maybe that gives you some insight into my thoughts on breaking.
Mm.
I think it's lazy. I think that the part that people want to portray in the industry and put forward facing is fractionalized gambling. I kind of have a problem with that because I'm the one on the other side when people are bringing all these baggies of Cleveland Browns and, New York Yankees of
Good
just
point.
dreck. And I see that. I'm looking for 100% customer satisfaction
Mm.
in everything that we do, whether
Mm.
it's liquidity, whether it's selling, whether it's an experience at the card show. We work really hard for that. And I think breaking is the antithesis. That's the word of the day,
Yeah.
of that. I'm not a fan. But if I were to do it, and I've talked to Daniel about this, we would literally do it in the shop because why don't people do it in stores? You would think this would be an opportunity to get 30, 60, 90, 120 people over 4 breaks into your shop. You would think this would be the rage with hobby shops. I don't know of hobby shops that even do that.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Because they need that digital buffer. They don't want to be the face of disappointment. That's
Well,
my opinion on it. Otherwise, every shop that broke would do it in their shops, create an event, have pizza, have all that camaraderie, and maybe be able to buy the cards back or sell them supplies. You don't have to ship the cards because they're right in front of you. I don't understand.
that's
You just
I
blew
don't
my
yeah.
understand.
mind, Rob. Like you blew
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah.
I don't think the audience understands everything you just. I would just want to break down what you said because it was very, very smart and calculated. So you're basically saying like, hey, I don't want to run a business where at the end of the day, 85% of my customers are sad because they lost something. And then you also mentioned VIG, which is very big in gambling, but I bet not everybody knows exactly what that is. That's essentially like the rake or the fee or there's a lot of different ways you can term that, and the vig is very high on breaking. I didn't even think of that. You don't even think of the fees because you're paying, 300 bucks for the Celtics in a prison break. You're not thinking like what the markup is and all of that. And man, that's fascinating. And it's why you see breakers typically don't have shops, and why you see shop owners typically don't break. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
shop owners that do break, but they don't break within the shops. So if I
Exactly.
were to do it, because I've always been anti-breaking, because I don't like breaking the way it is set up right now. If I were to do it and having the square footage that I will have, bringing in someone to break that people really enjoy, 10% over whatever the hobby box is priced up there, and random miser on the teams. Then I feel everybody's getting value. There is no great big vig. It just basically pays for someone to be behind the counter. I'm
Yeah.
not shipping it. You have instant gratification with the cards. You can go over to our buying counter and sell what you have and possibly get more store credit to get into another break. We're playing with the idea right now of how that would work. But if we were to do a break, it would be